As I was thinking about what to say today, I reflected on how I left my house this morning. My young son waved goodbye to me as I went to work. Unfortunately, under Trump America, as children wave goodbye, there are 11 million Americans who are unsure whether they are going to come home from work. Donald Trump has declared war on 11 million Americans who are undocumented because of the failure of Trump and his Republican allies to enact comprehensive immigration reform. I want to take a moment and thank labor. We're in a house of God, but we're also here with the House of Labor. I want to thank those of you who did the hardest and often the lowest paid work in our country. Our janitors, our security guards, restaurant workers, construction workers, healthcare workers. Donald Trump has conveniently forgotten that in California, the sixth largest economy in the world, 45% of farm workers are undocumented. 30% of restaurant workers are undocumented. 21% of construction workers undocumented. There are 2.5 million undocumented workers who contribute $180 billion to our state economy. Donald Trump has already tried to implement 2 unconstitutional executive orders. And with his proposal for 10,000 more ICE workers, we anticipate workplace raids. Raids that will not only rip apart our working families, but raids that are bad for employers because of the disruption and the violence that they will create, and because employers know that if their workers are deported, who's going to do the work? I've spoken to agriculture employers, construction employers, restaurant employers who know that immigrants get the job done, and that workplace raids are bad for business. I want to thank all of you for supporting the bill that we are unveiling today, the Immigrant Worker Protection Act, the first law of its kind that we know of in the country. At its heart, this bill is about protecting immigrant workers from illegal workplace raids, providing employers with a clear standard to ensure that disruptive raids are conducted legally, ensuring that ICE agents can't just barge in without any reason, only with a judicial warrant, ensuring that confidential information about workers can't be turned over without a subpoena, and it's about knowing where and when raids are happening.
We need to continue to resist and resist in solidarity, because only in solidarity can we then protect ourselves from those who wish to do harm. In this case, we have an administration that's hostile to a community based on its status. A community that contributes to society, that has been contributing to our society economically, by producing, by being part of it, by creating the well-being of our society and our communities. We need to come behind them, we need to protect them, and we need to honor them, and especially honor them as the work that they provide every day in and day out. We need to protect the most vulnerable. They are mothers, they are fathers, they are workers.
Every day, Meta trains, coaches, and guides immigrants into employment and careers through our workforce development program. Our clients, our community members, and our people are not criminals. They are escaping violence and poverty in their home countries, seeking stability and opportunity here in San Francisco's immigrant gateway communities, such as Chinatown and the Mission. No Californian should ever worry about being deported and separated from their family for simply trying to earn enough money to feed them.
And being from an immigrant family, I was born here in the United States. And I feel that my parents would be very proud of me to be here today speaking on their behalf, because they became the entrepreneurs and the entrepreneurs we are here today in running our business here in San Francisco. It hasn't been easy. And what are we going to do as a workplace and the workforce in San Francisco is that we are here to protect our immigrant workers, because they have made us the successful businesses that we are here in San Francisco and everywhere else in California, as you have heard from everyone here that has spoken today. AB 450 will be a great movement for all of us as we unite here in the United States.
And unfortunately, all too often, we see the ways in which immigration-related threats, intimidation, and fear is used to pay these workers less and subject them to abusive work conditions. We hope all immigrant workers know that they have the right to be properly paid for their work and to a whole host of workplace protections regardless of immigration status, even in this hostile new anti-immigrant climate. This bill takes key steps to safeguard those rights and limit the exploitation that would otherwise occur.
Let me just close by saying that we're in a church, the ultimate sanctuary. And during World War II, a Lutheran minister wrote a famous poem that we all know well that went, "First they came for the socialists, and I didn't speak out. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out. And then they came for me." The second verse of that poem is they came for the trade unionists. It's frighteningly relevant for these times. Trump has come for Muslim Americans, for immigrants, and he's coming for workers. We have a moral duty to speak out, to stand up, to defend, and to resist. We need to act now before it's too late. ¿Se puede? Sí se puede. ¿Se puede? Sí se puede. ¿Se puede? Sí se puede. Thank you.